Hello everyone, my name is Iris Franz. Today we're going to talk about aggregate supply curve shifters. So there are approximately three things that will cause our aggregate supply curve to shift. So the first one is input prices. So think about this, the price of oil and gas, we use that to produce a lot of goods and services. So if the price of oil and gas goes down, then that is going to cause our aggregate supply curve to shift to the right. And remember in the 70s there was an oil embargo, and at that time the oil and gas price went up, and therefore at that time the aggregate supply curve shifted to the left. And also think about immigrant workers. So we know we have a lot of workers from Latin America. They immigrate to the United States, and they provide us with a lot of services like cleaning service or construction workers. All of these are going to shift our aggregate supply to the right. And the next is institutional environment. So the first one is property right. So think about this. If there is no property right, then you build a house, then someone else is going to come and snatch it, right? So you will have less willingness to build things. So in the United States, we enforce property right, and therefore that is good for our aggregate supply. So the better property right protection, the more it is going to shift our aggregate supply to the right. The next is infrastructure. Remember President Obama once said, when you build something, you did not build it alone. Why not? Say if you have a firm, you produce goods, and now you have to ship your goods to your clients. And in order to ship these goods to the clients, you will have to use public highways. And therefore, you use public infrastructure. And therefore, you did not build your firm alone. You rely on the infrastructure. And therefore, the better the infrastructure, the more the aggregate supply curve is going to move to the right. And government regulations, so for example, government tells you, yes, you can produce goods and services, but you cannot pollute the air, you cannot destroy the environment. And that is going to shift your aggregate supply curve to the left. And that might give you a false impression that, hey, government regulation is a bad thing. Actually, it is actually a good thing. Why? Remember, when we have negative externality from production, it is going to cause that way loss. In government regulations, either selling pollution rights or tax you from pollution is going to shift your supply curve to the left, and that will reduce the deadweight loss, which means that's going to result in a better market outcome, more efficient market outcome. And the last is changing productivity. If your productivity increases, then that is going to shift your aggregate supply curve to the right. So I hope this helps. These are the aggregate supply curve shifters, and I will see you next time.